Good morning, traders. Welcome to Beyond Profile. Today is February 10th, 2011, and we're seeing a little bit more signs of that distribution that we've been talking about the last few days, being helped also by Cisco earnings, and we're getting definitely our stage 3 here on the daily time frames. Let's go ahead and start looking at these daily charts. All right, let's look at the S&P daily chart here first. Again, we're talking about the stage 2 forming over the last few days. No doubt about it now, right? We're in stage 3 here. We've got some structure starting to build. We were looking yesterday for the 10s, and unfortunately they came down and got the 10s in the overnight session here on us without us being a part of that. We still have, I think we'll probably run for gap fill. My hope was that we would get a bounce to 14 and a half, 15 area here. Doesn't look like it. I was a little concerned about that, and but again, it is what it is. We'll have to be a little frisky maybe at the open in trying to get short to run this down at least to gap fill, all right, and then maybe even a little bit further here into that 1304 area. We still have a lot of negative divergences here, and distribution occurring has been all week. We've been talking about it since Monday about the distribution that's been going on at these highs. Now, clearly the daily charts are still in an uptrend. This is just a pullback. There people are going to still be thinking about it as just a pullback. Not saying that the the world is coming to an end here with the uptrend here, but we have to watch closely as how this develops, because we do know that we have a very strong balance here, as we were talking about this last night, right here. So the immediate area would be the shelf right here at this 1303.5, 4 area. There's also the gap fill. There's also a naked daily point of control at the 6 area. So this area, again, we'll be looking for what? We'll be looking for this to pull back into that area. And I told you on Monday we would see last week's value area, which 1306.50 is the value area high, and the point of control is the 4s. All right, so we'll come back into these areas. Looks like, I would think, today. I mean, that unemployment number didn't really do much bounce for the markets at all. We should continue to pull back today. The question is can we get a nice short entry at the open here to play into this? So that's the S&P chart. Let's look at the euro here from where, because that got really hit hard here, and looking actually at it as a bounce area right here. Okay. So the euro chart on the daily may go into this wedge formation, if you will, and balance back and forth within here for a period of time, and then maybe we get the breakout out of that area. All right, NASDAQ's gapping down, like I said, 20 points this morning. It's a big gap down. Cisco down almost 10% this morning, and again, we're coming back in to retest the lows of the morning. Let's just, like I said, ideally, your ideal entries would be back into these high volume nodes from yesterday. That's clearly not going to happen, I think, on the NASDAQ, because that's a long ways away, and we're gapping down 20 points. So you can see they ran right to the VWAP line there, and we're still inside the value area. Yesterday's point of control, by the way, is way up here, 56.75s, and then it's kind of not funny, but it's kind of sad actually, because I think a lot of people had a short bias yesterday when we started to break down, and all they did was they ran everybody out like a little short covering, and then look what happens after the open. The markets reopen at 4:30, and the market continues to sell off down. And those people who were shorting, they're no doubt, probably were seeing a lot of the same things we were seeing, had a bigger picture in mind, but they rallied it strong right up until the close, and then after that it's been just kind of a dribble drabble all the way down. Here's your demand starting to step in now on the euro down here. Let's watch that for a trade. So it's. The markets are in the business to facilitate trade, and those who are facilitating that trade are in the business to make money. So we have to remember that, and even though you may be on the right side of the trade, your timing may be off as far as how we get there and when we get there type of thing. So, and again, we see that over and over and over. So our first goal this morning is going to be try to get short, I guess. If they bounce this up into these areas, we know what we're going to do. We're going to responsively sell. We still have a number at 10 o'clock coming out. The 831 is behind us, and we're just balancing here. I mean, technically, if you look at the NASDAQ chart here, you would be saying, this is a 30-minute B formation. We ought to be looking for continuation, and I would totally agree with you wholeheartedly with that. Because this has got itself more room to go. I'm looking at 2330s. Last week's value area high, the point of control is 24s, which is this naked point of control also. So, it's still got a good, 10 plus points in this just to get us into last week's value area, and this is still, like I said, a stage 3 here. If it doesn't take the lows out, maybe we do bounce back to that last node there at 2250s. Okay, but we broke the balance area low here, and you know, we're starting to form what it looks like to me as a little mini stage 3 here underneath it. So if in fact it can't, actually there's new pivot hot right there, 41.75, but we can't get up over this area, we may have to be a little bit more aggressive at the open in order to get short these markets. All right. So keep your powder dry, and if you got any questions, be sure and you email those to me at rick@beyondprofile.com. Otherwise, we'll see you in the room.